So part 4, video 4. This is a lot. So anyways, Kevin gets frustrated, walks back to the front desk. He's talking to the girl at the desk with the natural hair. And she kept saying like, oh, well, she doesn't know. She doesn't know. What I don't know, I don't know. So they kind of walk off, go to like the back of the, towards like the back of the gym, at least Kevin does, and just kind of sits and watches. I don't know what they were trying to watch me for. I don't know what they were trying to see. To this day, I have no idea. Because there was nothing that I did at that gym. There's nobody that I would speak to at that gym besides the people that I would do the classes with. I would speak to them. But that's about it. So then let's fast forward to May 24th of 2022. After I found out about Thomas bragging, because he was stupid enough to brag about it in front of me at the gym. You know, he's illiterate, not too bright. You know, not the sharpest crayon in the box, but hey. So, May 24th, 2022, I was granted the temporary protection order by Judge Gill. Shout out to Judge Gill. So that same day, right after I got the protection order about like noon, I drove to Crunch Fitness Reynoldsburg because they told me to take a copy of it to the gym. I walked into the gym as there was a black woman, kind of heavy set at the desk. I asked to speak to Mike or either Josh. And she asked me, was there anything she could help me with? I just kindly told her no. I need to speak to one of them. So she went and grabbed Mike. So of course Mike comes to the desk and here he is, just a roll in his little eyes, looking sassy, but he's just standing there, just rolling his eyes. So I give him the protection order. I'm like, this is the protection order I have against Thomas. So when I am here at this gym, he cannot be here. He kind of looks a little shocked and takes the paper and then goes on about his business. There was a tall black guy, he had on all red, I want to say, that ended up coming and standing behind the desk as I'm talking to Mike and just standing there staring. But these are the type of things I was dealing with from these weirdos, these perverts, and pedophiles. So anyways, I leave the gym and let's see. Now, I believe that was the last time I went to the gym. So I'm looking at some of my violation cards to see the dates. So, okay. So, June 18th. Now, this is after I have the protection order. Thomas calls my phone through Google Duo. Mind you, he's very aware of the fact that he's not supposed to call me. Because when the sheriff serve you a protection order, they tell you everything you can and can't do. So he was well aware of that. But, because he's not that bright, he figured, oh, let me call her through Google Duo. You know, won't be a problem. So he calls me through Google Duo, then sends me a see you soon emoji. I reported this violation. He ended up having a warrant put out for him for that. Let's see. Then August 24th was the next violation. I tried to go back to the gym. It was my first time going to the gym since April. Because once again, I need to relieve some stress, and I really wasn't too worried about the people at the gym. I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. You know, as long as nobody ever put their hands on me or something or say nothing to me crazy, that there's really nothing, you know, I'm not worried about it. So I go to the gym. There was new staff at the gym. I didn't recognize any of them. And all of them looked young. So I let them know, I have a protection order against someone. So when I'm here at the gym, he has to leave. I showed them protection order. And instead of going and saying something to Thomas myself, I let them go say something to him. Sure enough, they go back there to ask Thomas, you know, do you have a protection order against you? Thomas lies and tells them, no, I don't have a protection order against me, because he did not see me standing there. When he sees me standing there, that's when he starts yelling, I don't have to leave. I mean, yelling at the top of his lungs, I don't have to leave. I was here first. fuck her, I'm not leaving. So I'm like, well, if he's not leaving, then I'm just calling the police. So then, of course, he starts yelling, call the police, call the police. So we all go back to the desk. They call their manager, and I call the police. When I call the police to report it, they say they're on the way. So I call a friend of mine, Rob, just to be on the phone with him so he can hear the stuff that was going on. Their manager comes, and the new manager, Drew Bennett, taller white guy. That day, Drew was very pleasant. I explained to him, even offered to show him the protection order. He was like, no, we'll just let the police get here and handle this because you have the right to be here. You know, he said things like that. So the police come, give them they take my statement, take statements from the staff. Thomas had eventually left, but he left after, I say, about 6 minutes. After the staff had initially said something to him, and he causes a scene. I'm not going to lie, I caused a scene as well, because you're not about to talk to me crazy. I don't care where we at. Nor do I care how anybody feels about me or what they think. So he eventually leaves right before the police come. So they put in another violation, and that's another warrant out for his arrest. So we have to go to court for both of the violation hearings. So the prosecutor called, one of the prosecutors or prosecuting advocates called the gym. She asked to speak to Drew. She stated, and I explained to her that Drew was very pleasant on August 24th when I spoke to him. When she called me back, she was like, I am so scared for you. She was like, do not ever go back to that gym. If you still have your membership, you need to cancel it now, because the things that he was saying were honestly disgusting. She said all he did was pretty much victim blame. Said I came to the gym to cause problems. You know, just a bunch of craziness. Now, mind you, this is a complete 360 from the things he was saying to me that day at the gym, because that was my first day meeting Drew. Drew still to this day has never had any sort of interaction with me outside of that, because I have not been back to that gym. But that this just goes to show you what type of men they are. Well, they're not men at all. But this just goes to show who they are. Somebody you don't know, somebody who's never caused any problems at that gym. But this is how you speak. But luckily we did not need his statements because we have the statements from the police. So let's see. Then, let's see, now this year, January 20th, 2023, one of his friends was following me around. So somebody who I'm familiar with, I know his friends of Thomas, and so I gave his name and gave that report. This was a little harder to prove, but I have witnesses who are all willing to come to court. So it's ridiculous how many witnesses I have to stuff in this case. But yeah, but that's where we're at with this. But Crunch Fitness Reynoldsburg is dangerous. It is not for women. Women are not safe in that gym. I am not the only woman that has complained. I've met several women just telling my story, passing out flyers. And there were some women that used to go to the gym that said they've had men at that gym try to follow them to their cars. You know, if they approached them, and they told them they weren't interested, then it was, very persistent or attitude or, fuck you, bitch, stuff like that. It's the type of stuff that goes on. And the staff is too scared to speak up, to stand up for women. I guess it's just easier to bully the women since they're cowards, because it's actually what they are. That the male staff there, not all, because like I said, I hadn't had experiences with all of them, but they're cowards, period. They'll bully women, but they'll let men run over them, period. Cowards, 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 perverts. Y'all ain't shit, period. This is the end of part 4, guys.